Welcome to the first episode of Money Boiler, where we will take a closer look at Carl Icahn. Carl Icahn, born in 1936, is today one of the world's richest men. He is on place 106 on the Forbes list of billionaires. Furthermore, he's on rank 65 on the Forbes list of most powerful people in the world. But who is Carl Icahn and how did he accumulate his fortune? This is one of the many questions we'll answer in today's video. But let's start from the beginning. Carl Icahn was born February 16th, 1936, in Queens, New York. He was born in a Jewish family. His dad worked as a cantor and later as a substitute teacher. His mother also worked as a teacher. He didn't grow up rich. Icahn graduated Princeton University with a bachelor's in philosophy. After his time at Princeton, he entered the New York School of Medicine. This, however, didn't last very long because he dropped out and joined the military reserve force while working different kind of jobs. At the age of 25, he started working as a stockbroker for the Dreyfus Corporation, and the following years he switched firms a couple of times. Until in 1968, with $150,000 of his own money and $400,000 of his uncle's money, he bought a seat on the New York Stock Exchange. He formed his own investing firm called Icahn & Co., which focused on risk arbitrage and options trading. Risk arbitrage is an investment strategy that speculates on a successful merger or acquisition. In the 1980s, this corporate raider became known as a vulture capitalist, taking positions in publicly traded companies and initially demanding extreme changes in corporate governance and management style. Often target companies paid him green mail money on the condition that he divests from his target company. Towards the end of the 20th century, his reputation changed when he became a shareholder activist. Investors followed his lead and bought into companies he focused on. The rise in stock prices caused by the expectation that Icahn would uncover shareholder value became known as the Icahn lift. Icahn scored his first victory in 1979 with the Tapan Company. Shortly after winning a seat on the board, he arranged the sale of the kitchen stove manufacturer in a transaction that netted him $3 million. Soon after, he set his sights on Marshall Fields and Phillips Petroleum, which brought him substantial gains as the company struggled to fend off a takeover. Trans World Airlines was the pinnacle of Icahn's early ventures. In 1985, he took over the airline, once controlled by Howard Hughes. Soon after, TWA bought several small regional airlines as Icahn sought to leverage the airline's expanded size to increase its profitability. In 1988, he took the company through a $650 million stock buyback plan that allowed him to recoup nearly all of his $469 million investment. At the same time, TWA was saddled with $540 million in debt. Soon after, the airline's most valuable routes were sold to competitors, prompting the weakened company to file for bankruptcy in 1992. Icahn left the company the following year. Meanwhile, Icahn negotiated with the company for airline vouchers to replace the $190 million TWA owed him. Since the agreement included a provision that he could not sell these tickets through travel agents, Icahn founded lowestfare.com to sell them. Icahn said, "My investment philosophy is generally with expectations to buy something when no one wants it. Specifically, as a contrarian investor, he looks for stocks with low price-to-earnings ratios, or book values that are above current market valuations." Icahn then aggressively acquires a significant position in the company and calls for either the election of an entirely new board or the sale of assets to increase shareholder value. Icahn's public focus is on CEO compensation, arguing that many top executives are heavily overpaid and their compensation is not in line with shareholder returns. Carl Icahn is the founder and majority owner of Icahn Enterprises, IEP, a diversity holding company. Icahn Enterprises operates in as many as 7 business segments and includes subsidiaries such as Icahn Automotive Group, pharmaceutical company Vivus, and home furnishing provider West Point Home. Icahn has an extensive portfolio of investments, many of which he is a majority owner of. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Money Boiler, and if you liked the video, I would appreciate if you liked and subscribe. Thank you.